Yo, what it is, guys? Mooky here, and today is my 7,000 subscriber special. This what if is, what if Izuku could summon heroic spirits? This is part 0, and this part 0 is mostly going to go over the lore of, the Fate universe being part of the My Hero Academia universe, and let's just say, okay, I'm going to drop the bullshit for now because I'm going to go off script. Because honestly, this shit's really annoyed the fuck out of me. I'm not going to lie. I literally had to remind myself on everything on the Fate universe lore. Because there are some things that basically fell beyond the cracks, and I needed to basically understand a lot more better. And the worst part is, I had to rewrite scripts for part 1 through 2 5 times. 5 fucking times. I've never only had to rewrite scripts only twice before when it came to certain series. But that's not why I'm a little bit pissed, if anything. The real reason why is because I had to go through dozens of servants and heroes throughout the Fate series and go through their origins, both in historical presence and in the Fate lore presence. And to be honest, oh my god, I am basically having the biggest fucking headache for the past couple of weeks. Not only that, I even had to go through multiple servants and see which ones would work with Izuku. And I finally came down with the list of servants. So, yeah, small rant over. Time to get back to the script. And I'm basically going to give Izuku the ability to access the Throne of Heroes. The ability to summon all heroes throughout history, throughout the Fate history, for Izuku to have as a power. So yeah. Also, this part is basically going to go down on why Izuku has the ability to summon from the Throne of Heroes. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? In the Fate multiverse, there are basically multiple universes, multiple timelines, and alternate realities as well. But little did we know, there's one timeline, one universe in the Fate lore where things deviate drastically from the original timeline. That being where 200 years after the 5th Holy Grail War, things began to change. Humanity began to change, even beyond that of Alaya. The will of humanity's omnipotent eyes can see this coming. That being the emergence of quirks, and that of the quirk gene. With soon, many humans began developing these quirks, with chaos going rampant all across the world with quirks and the quirk gene, with some people not wanting their quirks, others using them for evil, and some of them trying to use them for good. Little did they know, that's when the Counter Guardians came into effect, when they basically decided to interfere in the new world's development. With many people being saved, however, there was dozens, nay, thousands of collateral damage in its wake, until one thing actually rose from this: a new world order and 2 new powers, 2 quirks that basically kept the balance between both good and evil. All for one and one for all. Seeing this, both Gaia and Alaya decided to leave things be, at least for the time being. Also, little did they know, since the emergence of quirks and the rapid decline of that of people without quirks being quirkless, begins to steadily declining the rates of mages as well. Also, during the time when society was building itself back up, when quirks arrived, there There are many times when a Holy Grail war tried to begin, however, was always interfered by one or two things, that either being outside interference of heroes, villains, or vigilantes. Due to this, the Holy Grail Wars, which took place throughout the many centuries, began being banned from ever taking part ever again. Even if the Holy Grail or the Throne of Heroes created a summon, no mages would take part, no matter what, due to fear of the magic world being shown more and more to normal people. It also doesn't help that the quirk gene also suppresses magic as well. That nobody with a quirk can ever use magic whatsoever. Only those who are born quirkless are able to manipulate their mana to become mages, even though mages are which were rare before, become even rarer than they have ever been now, with many mage families, big or small, began dying out, all thanks to the quirk gene. However, with everything that was once the norm in both the normal world and the magical world now in disarray, the world is still at balance, mostly because some quirks can rival magic, but barely. There are only a few quirks that can rival the abilities of magic, but that being the quirks of All for One and One for All. However, the battles against All for One and One for All were looking that of one-sided, always, with each One for All user dying in battle constantly over and over and over again. Seeing this, Alaya, the will of humanity, deciding to interfere in case of an imbalance within humanity, began planning for a chance to fight back against All for One. As looking through humanity, looking through all of the consciousness of each and every living being, of each billion person on the planet, until one person came to mind, a little green-haired boy. As he being a quirkless boy, which also implies that he can also use magic as well, but unfortunately, his magic levels are not that high as some of you may think, but they're not as low or as weak or anything like that. They're just average, normal levels, you can say, as this boy is Izuku Midoriya, age 5. As Alaya was looking at this boy, looking at his past and present, as strangely enough, his past is what interests the will of humanity, as being a descendant of Ritsuka Fujimaru, who's known to be quite the impressive magist in an alternate universe, but in this universe was just a regular mediocre mage who settled down and had a family, but was still quite well recognized by not just the Throne of Heroes, but also by Alaya herself. With that, Izuku had quite notoriety with that alone. As for his future, she didn't see anything wrong with his future. Nothing twisted, evil. Just a boy who just wants to do good, who wants to save others, protect everybody with a smile on his face, even with no power, no strength, no nothing that wouldn't stop them for at least trying to be a hero. With this, they found the perfect catalyst, the perfect fallback plan if things turned for the worst, which, unfortunately, they somewhat did in a way. The battle between All for One and the current holder of One for All, Toshinori Yagi, aka All Might, the #1 hero and symbol of peace of Japan, finally had the climactic battle. But both sides ended up being truly damaged beyond repair. All for One lost his eyes and barely could even breathe without any life support. And All Might lost the use of One for All at the time that he used to use it, and had half of his organs either removed or destroyed. Not only that, All for One also transplanted his quirk All for One to his predecessor, Tomura Shigaraki, without even telling his successor. With this, Alaya knew she couldn't just sit on the sidelines from now on. It would have been easier to just bring out a counter guardian, but Gaia would have also stepped in as well and bring out counter guardians as well in a situation like this. To no end, there was only one way to do. Give the boy Izuku Midoriya a quirk, but not just any quirk. A quirk powered by mana, not by genetics. This quirk would allow Izuku Midoriya to access the Throne of Heroes and summon heroic spirits to his world to aid him in battle against All for One and all those who would threaten humanity and possibly even the world as well. But believing that the boy needs more strength and more power, also giving him certain magecraft abilities such as projection magic and a special magic of his own, one that no magus could ever achieve without a certain special item that can only be given to people from the Grail itself. That Izuku is now given the quirk known as the Throne of Heroes and a couple of magecraft abilities as well. With everything now set, it's now time for Izuku to learn these abilities and now figure out his new quirk as well. With now Izuku Midoriya, now at least 10 years old, basically coming from school, as having that of another day of being bullied and treated like nothing by his fellow classmates and his former childhood best friend, Katsuki Bakugo. It also didn't help that he had some strange visions and a strange dream about multiple people, multiple figures, especially one figure, a figure of a man with that of white hair and black hair. He has that of a mat. As he removes that of a black mask, and under it shows a reflection, somewhat like that of glasses. And before the vision or dream ends, he sees that of a somewhat futuristic blue sword. But soon, Izuku just can't get it out of his head, as it felt way too real to be a dream or a vision. As he continues walking home, he couldn't help but hear multiple explosions, as he knows the sound of that explosions. As every time he hears it, he couldn't help but also shudder at the very mention of what they can do. But soon, on the way home, he sees Bakugo basically blasting a couple of kids, as soon one of them say, Okay, you're strong. You got the strength to back it up. You can stop now. What soon, that ashen blonde boy with scarlet red eyes and explosions coming out of his hands with that of a devilish smile saying, "See, I told you, my quirk is stronger than you losers' quirks. Don't forget that." It soon one of them say, yeah, we get it. Let's go. Soon one of them saying, yeah, it's not worth it anymore. Soon Bakugo, feeling like the two kids had basically challenged him to a fight, basically telling him, basically thinking that he's not even worth their time, even after they got their butts kicked by him, as he soon hits them with that of another explosion, knocking both of them back to the ground. What soon Izuku sees this and was actually kind of worried for the two kids. What soon one of them saying, "Hey, what's your problem? You won already. You could stop." What saying, "Ha! Because you jerks were looking down on me even after you lose. Don't you get it? Only real heroes win, and villains are the ones who always lose." What soon saying, "What are you talking about?" As then Bakugo was about to hit him with another explosion, as a couple of his lackeys were a little bit worried, thinking that Bakugo was going too far. But soon Izuku basically running up in between Bakugo and the two kids, basically wincing in pain. With soon saying, "Stop it, Kachan, they had enough." With soon saying, "Deku, seriously? Even after the beating at school, you still think you can stand up against me?" With Izuku basically stuttering and somewhat scared, basically telling him that he doesn't need to actually beat them up anymore. That he's won. He's proved that he's the strongest. You know what? He doesn't have to go any further. What soon Bakugo saying, "And what do you know, you quirkless nerd? You don't know anything." With soon Bakugo actually knocks Izuku back with an explosion. With the two kids seeing this, saying, "Seriously? He didn't even hesitate." With the two saying, "Come on, let's go. I don't even want to deal with this nut job anymore." With soon the two kids running, with Izuku trying to get back up after that explosion. With soon Bakugo saying, "It looks like you need another lesson. So you should be put back down in your place. So, how you will like this now? Should I explode your back again? Or should I at least hit you with another explosion to your gut again?" With soon Izuku saying, "Please, Kajan, stop." With then Izuku begins feeling a massive headache. Is saying, "My head, what's going on?" With soon Bakugo saying, "Time's up, Deku. You need to learn. Know your place, you quirkless idiot." With soon a bright light begins to shine from the ground, as then a sword, a pure red sword, comes out of the ground, and in its wake a man wearing that of an all black outfit, with soon having that of one spike shoulder guard on his shoulder, with soon him also having that of a black metal mask covering his face with white and black hair. As soon his eyes begin glowing red, with soon Bakugo saying, "Who the heck is this?" With soon the man grabbing the sword and basically pointing it at the ashen blonde boy, saying, "You, what do you think you're doing to my master? Even if you may be a child, I will not show mercy to anyone who dares hurt my master." With soon Bakugo and his two lackeys basically run off, scared from the man, as they believe that he may be a villain. But soon Izuku sees the man, as he begins freaking out at first, but soon begins remembering that he's seen him before, that he's seen this man before, as he remembers that he's seen him in his dreams. Soon the man basically adjusts the sword and stabs it into the ground, but soon bending down a knee before lowering his head to Izuku, saying, You are Izuku Midoriya, are you not?" Soon saying, "Yes, Yes, I am. How do you sing? My name is Sigurd, a saber-class servant and descendant of the king of the Norse gods, Odin. And I am at your service, my master. Soon, Izuku saying, What? What are you talking about? Master, I'm just... But soon, Izuku began feeling like his head is basically going on overload. Like his head is about to split from a massive headache. As without realizing it, multiple knowledges, multiple things that he didn't even know about just got transported to his head. As he's soon basically saying, What was that? What? You're Sigurd. You're my servant from the throne of heroes that I am able to summon and I'm able to access due to my quirk, which is also called the throne of heroes? But I have a quirk. I have a quirk. But I'm supposed to be quirkless. Soon, Sigurd saying, I can't be certain for sure, but it seems like you were given a quirk that can access the throne of heroes. All I can tell you is that whatever you need of me, I will do whatever is necessary, my master. But soon, Izuku saying, Master, I don't really... Can you just call me Izuku instead? Suit saying, Is that what you wish, Master? I'll do so. But soon, Izuku, on his way back home, actually shows Sigurd to Inko, which Inko was kind of freaked out and scared seeing the masked man. What soon Izuku began explaining that he is his quirk actually, and that he can actually summon other people just like him as well, as Inko was really kind of taken back by that. She didn't really expect Izuku to have a quirk, especially diagnosed quirkless. But soon, Sigurd basically going to one knee and lowering his head to Inko, but soon basically saying that he is his quirk and that he will do whatever is necessary to protect Izuku, whatever needs to be done. Within, Izuku and Inko, alongside Sigurd, actually goes to the quirk doctor and see about this, which, in fact, Izuku does have a quirk. He does have power. However, for some reason, they can't really be for sure on what it is and how does it work. As Izuku tries to explain it alongside Sigurd, as they believe that it's crazy, but they've seen what sentient quirks can actually do, but they've never heard of anything about sentient quirks becoming more human-like, if anything. But even so, they still want to see if they can run more tests on it. Each time that they run tests on Izuku, they always find something new and something hard to explain. Like, for example, that even though it's a quirk, it doesn't seem like it's part of his genetic makeup or anything like that. Not only that, it's not related to Inko or Hisashi's quirks in any way, as it may be just a new form of mutation quirk by any chance, being a new form of an emitter type quirk. With soon, Izuku is just excited that he has a quirk, and that his quirk allows him to summon somebody like Sigurd, somebody that protects him. With soon, Izuku looks at the man as he asks if he could take off the mask if he could. But soon, Sigurd saying, you could have said that a while ago, master. Just saying. But soon, Sigurd removes his mask. And behind the mask is that of a young, handsome man with that of glasses over his face. But soon, Izuku saying, wow, you're so cool. You look so cool. But soon, Sigurd saying, thank you, master. as he actually blushes from the compliment. With soon, as they head back home, the next day, Izuku tries to explain that he does have a quirk now. As soon, many people don't even believe him, with even Bakugo not believing him, as he just tells him that he probably thinks he has a quirk because of that villain that basically stepped in front of them. As he also says that he could have taken out the villain if he wanted to. But soon, Izuku telling him that he's not a villain, that he's actually a hero who's done amazing and great things, even killed a dragon once before. What soon, many of the kids basically laughing at Izuku's statement. But soon, Sigurd actually appears in their classroom. But soon, many kids freaking out, and Bakugo looking at Sigurd and was reminded about him yesterday. But soon, he has his sword out saying, "Do not make fun of my master." But soon, Izuku saying, "Please, Sigurd, you can stop." What soon saying, "As you wish, Izuku." What soon, their teacher basically seeing this as saying, "Who are you?" What soon Izuku began explaining that he's his quirk, with having a hard time believing that. But soon Sigurd disappearing as he goes back into his spirit form. With then, soon everybody was at all that Izuku does have a quirk now, and that he can summon somebody like Sigurd, after all, to be like his personal bodyguard in a way. With that, Bakugo does get a little bit jealous and angry at Izuku as well, as part of him believes that Izuku was hiding his quirk from him all this time. With soon leaving school, Izuku can't help but be excited that he now has a quirk, that he can become a hero now. Soon, Sigurd actually coming out and walking alongside Izuku, removing his mask and saying, "You wish to become a hero, master. Is that true?" Soon saying, "Yeah, I do. I want to become a hero, just like All Might. I want to save people with a smile on my face. Is it possible?" But soon, he's saying, "It's not impossible. However, becoming a hero and just having a quirk alone isn't going to help you. If you want to become a hero, you need to become stronger. You need to gain more power." But soon, Izuku saying, "Okay, then tell me, how can I gain more power? How can I get stronger?" With then, Sigurd saying, "That's easy. Allow me to train you in the ways of magecraft, since you are a mage, after all, are you not?" But soon, Izuku was surprised, saying, "What do you mean? I'm not..." But soon, Izuku saying, "Wait, mages, magecraft? Why do I feel like I know this stuff, but how do I..." But soon, saying, "After all, you are a descendant of one of my former master, after all. Fujimura, are you not?" Soon saying, "Fujimura?" Soon thinking, "I see. I'm guessing in this universe, he never joined Cradle. Instead, he was just a regular family man. I see. But soon, even so, I will help you access your magic in my own way, through combat training." With soon, Izuku was confused, but is ready for the challenge. With then telling Inko about what he's going to be doing to get stronger. With soon heading to the outskirts of the city in a small forest, with that as being a place on where he used to hang out with Bakugo and his friends before they started bullying him. But soon, Sigurd begins training Izuku on how to wield that of a sword. As soon, Izuku tries to say on how he's going to use a sword since he doesn't even have one. But soon, Sigurd tells him, "You have projection magic, do you not? Try and think of a sword, a wooden one, Easy enough, is it not, master? But soon, Izuku saying, okay, as he thinks of that, of a wooden katana, a boken, as soon it materializes in his hand, as then saying, hey, I did it! I did it! But how did I... But soon, Izuku saying, I have projection magic, and I have blueprints to many legendary weapons? How do I know this? With soon, Sigurd saying, it's the throne. It's giving you access to many legendary heroes throughout history and legends and myths. So you can use them if you cannot bring out the servants themselves. But soon, Sigurd placed his mask on and saying, prepare, my master. I will go easy on you, but I will not be lenient. But soon, he rushes at the young 10-year-old. But soon, they clashed with swords. However, due to Izuku being green and never actually, truly defended himself in a fight all the time, it's kind of basically a one-sided beatdown. But not a fully beatdown, just a one-sided sparring session, if anything. With Izuku panting on the ground, feeling exhausted from trying to guard himself, and also mostly from running away as well. But soon, Sigurd basically having his arms crossed saying, you know, master, you'll never learn if you continue running away or continue being afraid to fight back. Soon saying, I know, it's just that. But soon, Sigurd saying, you're afraid because of what everyone has told you, what everyone has said about you, and you don't have a quirk, are you not? Soon, Izuku saying, yeah, I mean, it's not as easy as you think. I'm not a hero like you. I've never been ready for a fight or prepared for anything to happen. I mean, what am I supposed to do? But soon, Sigurd saying, you know, when I was a kid, when I heard that my father basically died for the very sword that I wield right now, all I could think of was wanting vengeance. My mother trained me and told me about what I needed to do to get vengeance on the man who took my father away from me. And not only that, I'd grown to become a strong fighter. Sure, I was groomed for vengeance, but I grew to become a hero. A true hero that protected others and saved others. And in return, I basically defeated a dragon, eat its heart, and also gained the love of my life as well. What I'm trying to tell you, Izuku, is that everything comes at a price. You had to work at it to become strong. I wasn't just born strong. I was trained, groomed to become strong. And so can you as well. But soon, offering a hand to his young green-haired master, but soon saying, and besides, I believe in you, my master. I know you got this. But soon, Izuku grabbing for the glasses-wearing man's hand, saying, thank you, Sigurd. But soon, their sparring continued to go on and on, day in and day out. With each day, Izuku comes back home basically tired and exhausted from each sparring session. As Sigurd was about to go back into his spirit form, soon, Inko basically called Sigurd to talk. As soon, Inko wanted to ask Sigurd on who he is really, as Sigurd saying, I do not understand, Lady Inko. I told you I know that you say you're Izuku's quirk, but are you really some kind of guardian angel here to look after my son? Soon, Sigurd saying, maybe so. But I do know one thing. I will do anything to protect your son and serve him in any way possible. Soon, Inko saying, I see. Then Sigurd, may I ask you a favor? What soon? Sigurd saying, name it, my lady. What soon? Inko lowering her head to the table that they are sitting at. What soon? Saying, please look after my baby. Please look after my precious Izuku. After finding out that he was quirkless, after knowing so much he's basically gone through, I couldn't do anything to support his dream. I felt like I was one of the people that crushed it. So now that seeing that he's working hard and seeing somebody that actually believes in him, please look after my baby boy. Please help him. What soon? Sigurd couldn't help but feel overwhelmed with this question. Within, he smiled as he couldn't help but think of his own mother. What soon saying, Miss Inko, I swear to you, I, Sigurd, son of Sigmund, descendant of Odin, vow to protect and serve your son in his dream. No matter what needs to be done, I will do whatever it takes to protect Izuku. I would even throw my own life away if it means his safety, no matter what. What soon, Inko wiped away her tears and soon saying, thank you, Sigurd. But I don't think you need to go that far. I don't want Izuku to also be sad as well. But soon, Sigurd saying, as you wish. Within, Izuku having multiple memories, multiple flashes of multiple people, as two of them began being more vivid. One being that of a girl with long black hair, and she has that of a katana and a musket in her hands. And another one being that of a boy with red hair and almost looks like that of a ninja in a way. But soon, he couldn't help but feel like he knows their names. Within the next day, as Izuku continues training, as he's begun using projection magic more and more, as he actually brings out two swords at the same time to fight against Sigurd, but they're being short training swords. What soon, pressing on the attack against the saber-class servant, with soon Sigurd and Izuku are that in a small deadlock, with Izuku feeling like he's starting to get the upper hand and starting to get used to that of swordplay. Then Sigurd basically knocking the young boy back, with then saying, it's over, Izu, before he was actually cut off as two summoning circles began to appear in front of the young boy, with soon one being that of a young lady with that of long black hair, wearing red, and that of a military cap with a symbol that looks like that of a sun, and she has a katana in her left hand and a musket in her right hand on her shoulder. And then a boy with that of red hair in the shape of that of a bog cut, as it covering his eyes, wearing that of a ninja garb that's gray, with two kunai blades in his hand and a red scarf wrapped around him. As soon Sigurd was actually taken back by this, but soon couldn't help but smile, saying, well done, master. You were able to summon two more servants. But soon, the girl in red began introducing herself, as she has that of a devious smile, but soon saying, the name is Oda Nobunaga. I am an archer's servant, but you can call me Nobu. Within the other didn't really say any much before softly speaking his name, saying, Fuma Kotaro, assassin class. Pleasure to meet you, master. Before he could finish saying master, Izuku was actually passed out. As soon, Sigurd ceased saying, Izuku, master! As freaking out, seeing that his young master is passed out. As he soon feels his forehead, and he begins burning up. Would soon think, why is he? Wait, could it be that? As he soon realized that Izuku's mana levels were really low, as it's possibly due to him summoning two servants at the same time, that he possibly can't handle being able to materialize two servants, causing his body to faint and him having that of a fever. With soon grabbing Izuku, as he soon tells the two to go into spirit form and soon reintroduce themselves to Izuku. As he runs back to his apartment, Inko was worried for Izuku. As soon Sigurd began to explain that he summoned two more servants. With soon, as Izuku was about to wake up, he soon sees that Sigurd is nowhere to be found. As he walks out of his room and asking Inko about if Sigurd's here. But soon, one of his new servants, being that of Nobunaga, appears. But soon, Izuku saying, "What? Who are?" Saying, "Hey, don't freak out, kid. Don't freak out. I'm one of your new servants. The name is, I should reintroduce myself since you were knocked out after all. I am Oda Nobunaga, otherwise known as the Demon King of the Six Heavens during the Sengoku Warring States period." She says this with that of pride and honor, with soon Inko looking at the raven-haired girl as Nobu sees Inko's expression, with soon saying, "Mother of my master, do you have something to say?" With soon Inko basically saying, "It's nothing, it's just that, isn't Nobunaga supposed to be a man?" With soon Nobunaga soon explains that the reason why history changed it to her being a male is because mostly the embarrassment of many people feeling like they've been led by a woman, and also the disgrace of a clan of somebody being defeated by that of a woman. And also tells both Izuku and Inko that many heroic spirits that were basically thought of as men are actually female. So be prepared for that. With soon Izuku saying, I'll make sure to remember. With soon Izuku having that of another headache, as he has that of a fierce one at that, as memories from that of Nobunaga's past, and also that of Archer class spirits, with the blueprints of many Archer class spirits' legendary weapons as well for his projection magic. But soon Nobu goes to Izuku saying, I see you're getting the blueprints for magic for Archer class weapons. You should be prepared for that. You know, Izuku soon saying, Archer class? Yep. After all, from now on, I'll be looking after you and I'll be protecting you. So you better not disappoint me. Got it, master? But soon Izuku saying, please don't call me that. You can also call me Izuku if you feel like it. Just like I tell Sigurd. What soon saying, really? Okay. If that's the case, then you can call me Nobu. What soon saying, Nobu? Yeah, like a nickname. Or you can also call me Big Sis as well. What soon Izuku saying, Big Sis? Yeah. With soon Inko looks at the interaction between Izuku and Nobunaga and couldn't help but think it's actually kind of cute in a way. With soon they begin hearing that of a cough, as it being that from Sigurd, as he's in a spirit form, basically reminding both Izuku and Nobu that that Izuku has another spirit and that Izuku can't have more than one spirit out at this time. With soon Nobu saying, ah crap, yeah I forgot. Hang on, let's bring out the other guy. With then Nobu going into her spirit form, with soon another heroic spirit appears, as it being the red-haired boy. With soon Izuku saying, are you another one of my spirits? With soon, he soon just nods. With then saying, what is your Fuma Kotaro? That is my name. With soon, Inko saying, Fuma Kotaro? Why does that name sound so familiar? With then Kotaro saying, I am Fuma Kotaro the fifth. With soon saying, wait, the fifth? Oh, I remember about a ninja clan. So, with soon Izuku saying, wait, you're a ninja? With soon Kotaro nodding, saying, yes. With saying, wow, that's so cool. With soon Kotaro saying, you think I'm cool? With then, yeah. I thought heroes that actually worked in the shadows were so really cool, so stealthy. With soon Izuku actually trying to cover his face and call it like ninja stealth. With soon Inko thinking it's kind of cute that 10-year-old Izuku's playing like this. With soon Kotaro looking at Izuku and mentally saying, must protect innocence and purity with all my fiber of being. With soon kneeling to Izuku saying, I will protect you, master. I will serve you in any way you wish. No matter how dirty the task, I will protect you and serve. With soon Izuku saying, you don't have to go that far, Kotaro. I'm just glad to have you here and helping me. That's all I could ask for. But soon, the red-haired servant raises his head and couldn't help but have that of a smiling smirk at the 10-year-old brunette before disappearing back to his spirit form, saying, I will protect you, master, even from the shadows. With soon Sigurd appearing as well, as soon saying, so Sigurd, why do the others just disappear one at a time instead of, but soon Sigurd saying, your mana levels, they're not strong enough to hold us all at once. Because of this, if you summon all of us at the same time, your mana will be drained drastically, causing you to pass out from exhaustion. The same also goes from summoning two. You summon two heroic spirits at the same time instead of one. If one would just make you tired, two would just make you black out exhaustion. So we need to make sure to improve your mana levels. The easiest way to do that is through increasing your stamina. With soon Izuku saying, so how do we do that? But then Sigurd basically laying down a plan to increase Izuku's stamina, being three ways. One, building up his body and muscle. If he can able to build up enough muscle and strength, he will have enough mana to summon all three of them all together. And the same thing could also be from sauna endurance training. Basically, endured tons of heat as well. And the last one being that of long distance swimming training. With soon Izuku thinking that the easiest one may be sauna training, which I think the easiest thing is basically go to a hot spring and go every day to improve his endurance to scalding heat. With that, through day in and day out, Izuku tries to increase his stamina and endurance to many things. First, endurance training by heat, and next up is to increase his strength, to increase his body strength, even though he's currently a 10-year-old. And next up being being that of long distance swimming, which was not easy for the young greenette, given that he doesn't really have enough physical strength after all. But as time goes by, and the tutelage of all three of his servants, he, at the age of 12, he's now able to summon all three of them together with no problems whatsoever. With that, Izuku can now summon his newest servant. As Izuku begins, as he's already had visions of this one person for a while now, and now they begin to appear in front of him from that of a spell circle. But soon, a figure with long purple hair and a violet and purple bodysuit, where she has a red spear in her hands, as her scarlet eyes begin to pierce. But soon, Kotaro begins to fade to a spirit form, so he doesn't exhaust Izuku and have him pass out. But then, she soon appears as she soon spins her spear around, showing her skills with it. With soon saying, "My name is Skahatch, known as the Queen of the Land of Shadows, is at your service. May I ask, who is my master?" As soon, looking at the greenette boy, saying, "So, you are my master. Izuku Midoriya, is it not?" But soon, Izuku saying, "Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you, Skahatch." But soon, she's saying, "Likewise, young master." With the two shaking hands. As then, Nobu goes to Sigurd saying, "Wow, did not expect him to summon basically the Eldritch Abomination." But soon, Sigurd saying, "Agreed. Looks like our young master does have a talent for summoning strong servants, after all." With Izuku now having a lantern servant in part of his team, he now begins training in that of spear play, which he has to admit that his favorite type of weapon to use is that of swords, spears, and daggers. He's not a big fan of using bows and also guns after all, as I guess archery is not his strong suit. I guess Izuku prefers that of close range or mid-range fighting in a way. With that, Izuku has now become a more stronger and capable magus with that of projection magic in some way. But he still wants to increase his roster of servants. He wants to become stronger. He wants to get to know his servants more, not as that of tools to help him become a hero. He wants to know their history. He wants to know what led them to what made them become heroes and what made them become true legends. He wants to know more about them as friends, as his new family. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to read them. Also, please like and subscribe, which really helps out this channel a lot. Expect probably part 1 in the next couple of days or so. So yeah. And right, please check out my Discord and gaming channel. Links to be in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Mooky, signing out. White Fox, end the video, girl.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!